right now. Pittsburgh's best sports show is about to begin. Call us or tweet us. We got things to talk about on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.
All right, Ken, thanks very much. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Always a lot to talk about here. Give us a shout at 412-575-2600 on Twitter, at KDPomp, at Paul Zeise. We're going to begin with what has become a big holiday for football fans. That is the release of the NFL schedule 2019. And the Steelers, like they seemingly always do, have the most primetime games, 5, tied with the Eagles and 6 other teams. So despite their non-playoff season, they are always a marquee team when it comes to television ratings. And so they're going to get 5 of those, 3 West Coast trips. They begin at New England, opening night, week 1 on Sunday Night Football, which is a twist. They normally play later in the season. They have the last 2 in Pittsburgh, the Jesse James game, and then a win last year, which was something I thought would propel them into the playoffs. Didn't turn out that way, so now they begin in New England, which also has 5 games like this, primetime games, but they start their season with 8 straight games against non-playoff teams, and then they play 5 in a row against playoff teams. New England with the easiest schedule. Oakland has the toughest schedule. Paul Zeise of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette and 93.7 The Fan is here. And Paul, I just want to get your thoughts about the fact that the Steelers begin in New England. If you had to pick your choice, week 1 or week 14 like it's been basically, or week 15, whatever the case may be, I kind of like it this way because New England out of the chute, you never know what you can get.
Yeah, and they've had some good openers, New England, and they've had some really bad openers in recent years too. I kind of like it later in the season, Bob, just because I feel like these have been the 2 teams, and even though the Steelers didn't make it last year, these have been sort of the 2 teams that carry the flag in some ways for the AFC. I know it's, the Steelers haven't gotten out of the AFC since, 2010. But let's face it, these have been 2 of the best teams in the league, for the last 8 or 9 years. So I kind of like it late in the season when there's something seemingly riding on it. The problem is that the Steelers won it last year, and it ended up not meaning anything. So that's the problem. I mean, they ended up not making the playoffs, and the Patriots went and won the Super Bowl. So I kind of like it late. I'll tell you what I don't like about the schedule. It seems like, and I didn't count it exactly, but it seems like about 10 or 11 weeks before they play the Browns.
Yeah, and then they play the Browns twice in 17 games. Thursday night in Cleveland, and then 17 days later here in Pittsburgh.
I don't like that at all.
Well, I don't either. I'd rather space it out, but that's the way they're going to do it. And Cleveland does have 4 primetime games.
Right.
They've never had that many. Well, actually, last time was 11 years ago. All of a sudden, they're a big believer that they're going to get a playoff
It's weird. And some of their primetime games aren't really all that attractive. I think they play the Jets one night, and I think they play San Francisco one of those primetime games. I mean, who wants to watch that? I mean, again, I think the NFL might be a little disappointed with the Browns. It seems like this is the flavor of the month team this year. I'll be shocked if I think they look to me like an 8-8 team again.
I disagree. I think they're going to be a factor. I don't know how many wins. I'm not here to look at that, but when you have Baker Mayfield, now the teams around the league are going to adjust to him, and they're going to adjust to what they do, but you have Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry plus Antonio Callaway and David Njoku, it made like an Italian dish, Njoku, along with 2 very talented running backs when Hunt is allowed to play. That's a pretty good offense. Their line needs help, but I could see them doing some damage. We'll see how it goes. But for the Steelers,
I can't get past the Browns. They're the Browns.
And we'll see. They have New England 8:20 to start, and then the first home game will be against Seattle. That's a 1 p.m. game on September the 15th. Then the first of 3 West Coast trips. They go to San Francisco, 4:25. Cincinnati at home, Baltimore at home, and then at the L.A. Chargers. That's an 8:20 game. A bye week on week 7, which is pretty good. I'd rather have it,
earlier.
A little later.
Yeah, a little later, probably.
But it could be earlier, and that's not good either. So this is probably okay for them.
I mean, I looked at their schedule. It looks like it's something they could manage. It all depends on what some of these other teams do in the offseason. I mean, it's so early. And again, I'm in talk radio, so of course I will do this just like everybody else. We'll go through the schedule and talk about who we think is going to win and lose every game. But
I'm not ready to do that yet.
It's an easy thing to do, but it's kind of silly to do this early because we haven't even had the draft yet.
That's what I mean.
We don't know who's on which team, and there'll be some. There will be some trades and all that other stuff and guys cut. So to me, I don't know. I think it's fun, but we've got a long, long way to go.
We also have a lot to talk about with the Penguins, who were eliminated last night in 4 games, joining Tampa. 2 surprising developments. Steelers or the Penguins offseason should be interesting because they have a lot of guys who are making a lot of money and a lot of guys who could be very good for them in terms of cap space. But who do they depart with and how do they do it? Tomorrow is locker cleanup day. You're going to hear from them tomorrow on KDKA all day, plus Sullivan and Rutherford. Pirates win a game. We'll talk about that and take your calls. 412-575-2600. That is the number to call right here on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call, Pittsburgh CW. The Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call is brought to you by Ireland Contracting, celebrating 25 years as Pittsburgh's #1 home exterior expert in roofing, siding, windows, and gutters, where honesty and integrity still matter.